Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. I hate the hiccups. Hey guys. All right. You know what? From now on, I'm going to do the intro. Let me start over. Hey guys, McJibbin here, back with another video. How are you guys doing? Fellow Jib, let's go.
I'm Neil Heseltine. I live and work at Hilltop Farm in Malham. I was born and bred at Malham. I've always lived on the farm. The family has been here for over 100 years. Every day there's something to do. There's never a day where there's nothing to do, so it's fairly incessant work. You can't not go out because it's raining or it's snowing. In fact, on those days it's most important that you're out there sort of making sure that things have something to eat and they're where they should be and they're not in any danger from snow or wind or a combination of the two. We do try to get holidays, but it's much more difficult because you've obviously got to get people to look after the stock, and the people you find to cover for you have to sort of have a bit of knowledge as well. In here there's belted Galloways, but there's the brown ones which are called dun, and then there's the black and white ones, and obviously they've both got the characteristic sort of belt round them, hence the name. These cattle are able to live outside, they're able to thrive in these kind of conditions, which most cattle wouldn't be able to do. They live outside all year round, they live right up on that skyline most of the year. There's 3 calves, so we just come to check on those, check that they're all doing okay, but there's one cow that's what's called the calf bed it's just sticking out a little bit, so I've really just come to sort of check that that's all right.
A question, guys. I heard a video, I think it was a Salmonella video, where Fidel, I heard in that Fidel Castro was, he was the, leader of Cuba. You probably know who he is. He loved ice cream. And so he wanted to make his own ice cream in Cuba, but the cows that lived in the Cuban climate didn't produce nearly as much milk or the same quality of milk or both. And he had to make this hybrid. So something about the weather seems to be that either makes cows produce more milk or milk. Obviously, it's the climate that enables to do so. I could have explained that way shorter.
We're trying to allow the cows to exhibit as much of their natural behaviour as possible. So you can just see that the calf's laid in the thistles, and I have seen it up and I've checked it, and it's obviously getting milk off its mother, so we'll just go away and leave her to do her bit with it. A lot of work involved with the sheep enterprise. There's always something to do with the sheep, and the time taken up with the sheep is the time that impacts the most upon family life, because we're working extremely hard at it, spending a lot of time with the sheep. They can test the patience somewhat.
Question, guys. There are a lot of these stone walls around here because in this area of Rhode Island there was a lot of 100 years ago, or maybe even a little less, it was all farmland. And so there are a lot of rock walls like this one. And I was told by my neighbor and my dad, actually, that a lot of the walls are due that when farmers were making their land suitable for growing whatever they wanted to grow, or for the livestock, that New England is a very rocky area, and so that they had so many stones from the farmers, tilling their land and having to get rid of rocks, that all of those rocks were gathered up, and you can make walls out of it. I don't know if that's the same reason why there are so many stone walls here, but
Leave her. Clean it up, and I've checked it, and it's obviously getting milk off its mother, so we'll just go away and leave her to do her bit with it. There's a lot of work involved with the sheep enterprise. There's always something to do with the sheep, and the time taken up with the sheep is the time that impacts the most upon family life, because we're working extremely hard at it, spending a lot of time with the sheep. They can test the patience somewhat. I would never discourage my daughter from going farming, despite it being hard work and there being days when you maybe don't want to be doing it. There's a lot of positives in it as well, and it's a great life. It's quite a nice feeling for me knowing that, you know, my forefathers and grandfather farmed this land, and I'm almost thinking that the way forward at the moment is to go back to how things were farmed a long time ago, which seems odd in some respects, but I think we've got to farm in tune with nature, and we've got to farm in a way which doesn't impact negatively upon the natural environment around us. So there's quite a nice feeling about that, but you know, that doesn't mean that I would put any pressure on my daughter to take it over, but if she wanted to, that'd be great.
that was like therapy. All right, guys, that was a short video, but I'm gonna leave that as a standalone reaction. I really like that, and I'm gonna make some more videos right now for tomorrow. Hope you guys are all doing well. Yeah, that was so peaceful. See you guys next time. Bye, guys.